Hey YouTube, how's it going? Felix here. Today in this video I'm going to show you how to install the lower bug screen, the hidden bug screen on a Pella 250 window. This is the bug screen that goes here at the bottom of your window and hides in the bottom of the sash. I'm going to show you how to install one of these today because the Pella instructions, these things, the instructions they give you, they really suck. So we're going to do better and I'm going to show you how to do it. There is one other video on YouTube where a guy shows you how to do it, but his video, he's a professional Pella installer. He goes really fast, so we're going to be going a lot slower because we're just DIYers and yeah, we have no idea how to do this. I'm not a window guy, but yeah, we're going to install this hidden screen together. And I picked this window because it's got a nice sort of low height here and I can really show you how to do this. Okay, so we've unboxed everything. My box came like this, and in the box, we get four main things. We get this, which is the hidden screen. We get this piece here, which is the light gray piece. We get this, which is the brush, which helps stop bugs from coming in. Then this last piece, which I can't really describe, it's white on one side, black on the other. This is the piece which is going to effectively hook into the screen and pull the screen up when we open the window. We also get some alcohol pads. We're going to need those. The only tools you need to do this is a pair of scissors and something to wipe off the excess alcohol. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is take your screen, the hidden screen itself, and you're going to want to test that this fits in your window. If you look at this, you'll see there's one side which is sort of flat, like this. You can see one side has a nice flat corner like this. This is the outside. Then the inside is the bit which has the little lips like this, the inside edges. So we're going to raise the window and we're going to practice this by just, you can leave all the sort of the cables attached like this. We're going to practice by fitting this into the slot. It's the outer one of the two slots. You see there are two. It's the outer slot here. We're just going to fit it in like this on both sides and see if it's the right one. Because of course you've probably got different size windows in your house and you want to make sure you're picking the right size hidden window screen for your window, obviously. So yeah, we're going to fit it in like that. And as you can see, mine fits. So I know this is the correct one now for this window. Okay. So in that case, we're going to take the little elastic bands off. We'll take off the elastic bands. There are three of them, like this. One, oh God, get that thing off there somehow. 1, 2, 3. And we should have all these strings here too. Okay, perfect. Got the strings, and we've got, it's all a bit messy here with all these strings, but don't worry, it makes a lot more sense later on. Let's get rid of this elastic band that's tied on here. Okay, there we go, perfect. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to attach the grey piece onto the bottom of this. Okay, so this will make a bit more sense when I show you. But what we're going to do is this grey piece here with the adhesive is the bit which is going to stick onto the bottom of the window frame and attach into this. So it only goes on one way. You should be able to see this. It's a little bit hard to describe, but you see how the little hook there on the inside of the grey piece? That is going to hook onto this back piece here, and this slot is going to go into this trench here. You'll see it only really goes on one way, and once you put it in the correct way, which I'm going to make sure I get right myself honestly, but I'm pretty sure it goes on this way. There you go. So that hooks on like that, and that hooks on there. There you go. So you see, even though I got it wrong, but you'll see once it goes on, it will sort of snap into place and it will click on. And so there we go. So now you should see that you've got this nice flat grey lip here on the back side alongside the bit which is going to be facing inside on the window. Okay, so there we go. We've attached the grey. Make sure it's nice and centered on either side like that. Perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to clean the surface where this attaches onto the window. So we're going to get one of our little alcohol pads out here, and we're going to be cleaning this edge here. If you can see that, my windows are brand new. I'm just doing this. We're going to clean this little edge here. So we're just going to get our alcohol pad, clean a bit of that stuff off. Mine's actually a little bit wet here as well, so I'm going to try and get rid of some of the water. Get that out of there. This is where your tissue or your bit of kitchen towel comes in, because we're just going to dry that off and make sure that we're not trying to glue onto something that's wet. Get that all nice and dry. Okay, then we're going to peel the grey adhesive off, the grey piece, like so, like that. Then we're going to take this piece, we're going to have it facing, again, so the flat side is facing out the window, the bit with the edges is facing into the window. We're going to align that into this gap, just as we did before. Align everything into the gap, like that. We're going to go all the way down to the bottom of the window, like this. Nice. And then we're going to give it a good push, like this. So the whole idea is we're sticking this in place, and we're going to take our strings here, and we're going to throw them out the window. So the strings throw out the window like that. Perfect. Okay, so now we've effectively glued that in place at the bottom, and you should be able to see this is what your hidden screen is going to look like once it's all done. There you go, we've stuck that in place. Okay, nice. Right, next piece we're going to do is the bug screen, the bug blocker, I think it's called. So that is the brush piece here. This is even easier. So we're going to get another one of our little our alcohol pads out here. And what we're going to need to do to get this one going is bring down the top window like this, open it up, and pull it out towards us like that. And the bug blocker, let me just fold this down onto the floor so it's out of the way. There we go, get this stuff out of the way. Okay, where the bug blocker is going to go is it's going to go in the bottom of this top window here. You'll see there's a little trench here. Can you see that little line there? This is going to fit into that line like that. And then the adhesive, the blue adhesive here, is going to stick on like this on the bottom of the window. Okay, so what we need to do is clean this surface here on the sort of underside like this. We're going to clean this surface here just to make sure that our bug blocker sticks nice and well. Okay, I think that looks good to me. So we're going to peel this blue adhesive here, and we're going to put this in the slot. And you'll find that this will only really want to go in the center. You've got a tiny bit of side-to-side movement here, but you just want to make sure it's nice and centered, like that. Okay, so that's nice and centered there. We're going to push up and stick that into place, like so. Nicely done. Okay. Excellent, and then the last piece we're going to attach is this piece here, and this is the one which is going to attach onto the bottom window directly right here onto this edge. If you can see it, onto this little white piece here, this is where we're going to stick this. Okay, so once again, the surface which we're actually going to be gluing onto is right here, just here. So we need to clean that surface off. So let's get one of our little alcohol pads. We're going to clean just here. It's going to clean along there, like that. Just making sure we get all the water off. And make sure it's nice and clean and dry. Where's my tissue? Here it is. Just like that. I'll get all that stuff off there. Okay. So how this is going to work is this black piece has a little edge here, and it's going to hook on the bottom of this. You can see like that. So it hooks over, and then we're going to then stick it down onto here. This one, you have to be a little careful about the centering. So we're going to make sure we get it nice and centered. So we're going to start by hooking that on. We haven't touched the adhesive yet. And we're just going to check side to side like this, just making sure a little bit that side, a little bit that side. Yeah, we're just going to make sure we get this nice and centered. Something like that. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we've got that nice and centered. Right, so almost done. One last step, and that's the strings. The bloody strings. Okay, so strings are a little bit tricky on this, I'm not going to lie to you, but it is possible to get it done. So what we have to do now is we have to bring the strings back in because they're out the window. We'll bring our strings back in, and we should then separate them. God, if they're not all knotted to hell like mine are. Oh dear, oh dear. May have to cut here while I fix these strings. Okay, let's cut and I'll fix the strings. Okay, so we're back, and I managed to fix the strings. Again, probably not a good idea to let your strings go to hell like mine did yet, but this is the strings are now back, and we're now sort of ready to go on the next step. Okay, so I've got my strings. The strings are laying on top of the bottom window like this. They're laying here on the top. What we're going to do is we're going to pull down the top window like this, midway about that. We're going to fold it towards us like so. Okay, we're just going to we can let it just rest there on the bottom window and be nice and careful. And the whole idea here is we've got to get this string here behind behind the hinge of this one. So how we're going to do this is we reach through the window, and we're going to get the string in our hand like this. So we have both sides, we're holding on to both sides. And then with a little bit of a sort of sawing motion, we're going to use that to try and get behind this hinge. You can see it? There, and you should see it. You'll hear that sort of popping sound as the string goes through. And now you can see we have the string can now move between the bottom and top windows. Okay, so we've done it, that's it. That's literally the whole thing. Don't have to worry about getting it behind this piece of plastic for the hinge. We're then going to take the little black sort of stopper, and that is going to go into the bottom hole up here. So there are two holes, it's going to go into the bottom hole. All we do is pop it into there and push, and that's it. And then we're going to use we're going to pull the excess string through, like this. Keep pulling, there's a lot of excess string. And then what you want to do is you want to sort of hold, in fact, let's do the other side first, then I'll show you how to finish the job. Okay, so we'll do that in a second. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to take our string, and we're going to try and get it up through this little crack here, if you see where it is, just on the edge of the window. So this up here, we're going to hold on both sides. We're going to go in a little sawing motion, trying to get it past. There it is. We got it through. Okay, perfect. Do the same thing again. Oh no, my string, the little plastic thing came off a string. If that happens to you, no big deal. All we do is just thread it up again like this, and then down the other side like that. And then the string sits in the middle like that. No big deal if that happens to you, don't worry. And then we're going to pop that again into the bottom hole. Make sure it's nice and centered. Pop that into the bottom hole. There we go. I think. Yeah, there we go. Easy. Pull through the excess string. Like that. Okay, good. Because now we're done with the. We're now done with this. What we're going to now try and do is just get the strings nice and tensioned, but we don't want to pull up on the screen itself. Okay, so it's a little bit complicated. Basically what we're going to do is use our hand here to push down on the hidden screen, which is at the bottom of the window, and then we're going to pull up and tension these strings. So see, like that? Mine is now, the screen is still the bottom, but the string is nice and tight. Do you get what I mean? Can you see the string here, darling? See how the string here is tight? Actually, we want it a little bit tighter than that. We want it a little bit tighter. We want it to sort of twang a bit like a guitar string. So we're going to go a little bit tighter, like that. A little bit tighter. Call it about that. We'll try this. You can always come back and fix this later if you need to do it again. It's no big deal. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. Hold down the hidden string and tighten it up. Good. Okay, we've got a decent amount of tension there. Then we're going to use our pair of scissors, and we're just going to cut off the excess string here. We're going to leave ourselves a good amount of spare. I don't know, 3 or 6 inches like that. Then we're going to leave ourselves 6 inches. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. We're not really doing anything with it now. Take the excess string, tuck it into the frame, like that. Just tuck it in. Move the top window back up, and now just watch these strings as you're opening this again. Make sure they don't get pinched. You see there? I can see straight away that this one here is too loose. And you see I've got loads of excess string there, and this is still down. Okay, so in which case I'm actually going to tension this up a bit more. Like that. Okay, we can leave that excess string there for now. And we're going to pop this back in place. So, okay, cool. Let's have a look at that. And then the bottom one, we're going to fold up that window again, like so. Okay, and now we're going to push the bottom window all the way down, and it's going to hook onto the hidden screen, like that. And then we're going to come. Hey, okay, so you can see our hidden screen is working. But now, we just want to be sure about the tension here. I mean, this hidden screen is working, it's functional, but I want to just check the tension of those strings just to make sure we have 100% tension and that the strings are going to work real nice. So we're going to open this up. We're going to, actually, if you ever want to disconnect the hidden screen, the way to do it is just to lift your hand up there and just sort of pop it out of the way. You just push it out of the way. Up, open this up. And let's just check our string tension. Yeah, I can see already they're loose. Look at them. See the strings are both loose. To be honest, I don't think there's an exact way to do this. You just have to come back and re-tension them after the first shot. I think that will lead to just a better result overall. Ooh, I popped out the hole. This just goes back in. I'm going to make sure it's got nice tension like that. And this one here, and have nice tension like that. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do, I don't like how long those are, so I'm just going to get my scissors again, cut down this a little bit. To sort of 3 inches or so, and on this side about 3 inches or so. Okay, a little bit of trial and error there, to be honest, but it's not so bad. Pop those back in, pop that back in, so it's out of the way. Top window goes in, bottom window goes back in, down, and make sure it grabs. There you go. And there's your hidden screen. Okay, I think that's better. You can see the tension now is a lot stronger, and it's grabbing better. And I think that should do it. That's how to install a hidden screen on a Pella 250 window. There's your hidden screen. If you ever want to disconnect it and put it back to where it was, it's pretty easy. Just come down to near the bottom, and all you have to do is just gently lift it up, and you'll see how you can sort of just push it away like that, and just put it back into its home like that. And then you can open it up. You can put a window AC in there or something like that, and then when you want to open again, you just shut it all the way, and it will grab the hidden screen again. Easy as that. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give me a like or put a comment or anything like that. Always posting new videos like this, and maybe consider subscribing as well. Anyway, thanks so much. Take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.